Here to offer her diagnosis on the headlines that people are talking about, we paged our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi,
okay, so this is crazy because here's the thing. We know that the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, tested positive for COVID yesterday. But then you look back to, was it like a week ago? She was kissing President Biden on the cheek.
On Tuesday.
Right. So is this close contact? Is he now maybe, does he have to quarantine? What's happening?
So according to the CDC, this is not close contact because you have to be at less than 6 feet for at least 15 minutes. But I think the CDC definition is absurd. And let me give you an extreme example. If two people were making out, swapping saliva for 5 minutes, they would not qualify in the CDC definition for close contact. And so to me, it really begs the question of whether we need to revise that definition, because certainly I think the president could have been exposed. Now, was she positive on Tuesday? I don't know. That's the bigger question.
Well, I mean, the question for me is, like, as we're back talking about COVID again, which that hurts my heart, but it does appear COVID's here for at least the foreseeable future, but also it's allergy season. So, like, how would somebody know these are allergies, or I might need to take, like, I think I might have COVID?
You know, it's really difficult. And this year, the allergy season has been really bad. I have allergies. I know Jeff does. You guys have them too? Yeah.
I don't.
And so, no?
No.
You don't?
I rule them. Grown man over here. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm growing into them, so I have the same question. Like, if I have a cold, I'm like, what's going on here? Right?
Yeah. So I woke up the other day, my throat was a little bit scratchy, I had a little headache. I said, oh my gosh, is this COVID? Because I've been traveling. So the only way to really know for sure, guys, take that home test. You know, so if that test comes back negative, likely to be allergies. But there are some subtle differences in symptoms. So when you have an allergic cough from a postnasal drip, it's like a dry, irritant sort of a cough. When you have COVID, it can actually get into your lungs, so that's more of a productive cough. You might be coughing up phlegm or sputum, and you actually can feel short of breath.
It's like that cough you can hear through a wall in the other room.
That's right.
You know, when you're like, that person needs to go to the doctor.
Some
like
smokers sometimes when they cough, all the junk, we call it a junky cough in medicine, because you can actually hear all the musical sounds that cough makes when they're coughing.
You seem to really like coughs.
I'm going to name my next pet Sputum. All right, Doc.
You don't have any pets.
No, I'm going to get a dog and Sputum.
There we go.
Yeah. Sputum. All right, so let's have some fun, Doc. Let's first take a look at this optical illusion, okay? So, Sam, is this guy running towards you or away from you?
Away from me.
Wow, definitely towards me.
Me too,
Whoa.
towards.
And for me, towards.
Okay, so the New York Post is saying that if you see the man running toward you, you have a male brain. But if you see them running away from you, the man, you have a female brain. So is there any truth, or is this kind of hokey?
What?
So the brain teasers telling you what type of brain you have, that's hokey. No good science around that, guys. But there are differences between female brains and male brains. And there's been some criticism of this field because people say this is neurosexism. You're differentiating between men and women based on their brain. But guess what? Men have bigger brains because they have bigger bodies. Women's two halves of the brains talk to each other better. Whereas men talk more within the same half of their brain better. Women's emotional center is a little different than men's, and women's learning center is actually bigger and again a little bit different than men. So I believe that there are some real differences between men and women. Now the real question is this nature or nurture? Are these differences that we're born with, or they develop over the course of our life because of the way people react to us?
That's interesting. Yeah, you know, as you're talking, I was like, I wonder if it's like doing stand-up. I've met thousands of people after the show, and I have to know if, like, the person coming towards me liked what they heard, or maybe I said something. So, like, I think maybe that person coming towards me, my brain is like, I'm always conscious of, like, what's coming close to me, because I'm always around strangers for the last 20 years.
That's dissecting.
I'm around strangers my whole life, so I think maybe it's that.
Maybe your brain's not talking to each other.
No, I talk more in one hemisphere, and my brain is bigger. Yes, that's what she just said.
She said my brain talks to each other.
Yes, but mine stays on the one side. We find the side we like, and we just talk to that side. We won't talk to the other side.
Exactly.
I see a little Al sitting on each shoulder. Basically.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kohli. If you have a question you'd like answered by Dr. Kohli, write to us on social media or info@dailyblastlive.com. We'll be right back.